Lads, welcome into the stream. We are back. Zach Howard already in the chat. Good morning to you too, mate. Good to see you back. Yeah, good to be back. I'll get straight into it. Might as well while we're here. You said already done Tete to Timber. You have 1.8 mil in the bank. Is it worth swapping Bowen to Thiago for a -4? Let's have a quick look at who this lad Bowen plays this game week. So West Ham play against Spurs. You know what? I'm actually gonna go to Rob T's projections on this. These are great. So yes, Bowen to Thiago for a -4. Let's have a look. West Ham 1.11 projected goals. Brentford, how much do they have? 1.24. You know, I'm not sure. I think Spurs are terrible defensively, so I'm actually not sure. Is that move worth the -4, Zach? I think you hold off and then hop on to Brentford next game week, because they play Chelsea this game week. Not ideal, but next game week they play Forest at home, and that's a more enticing fixture if I'm being completely honest. So yeah, I like the look of that, to be honest. I do prefer the look of just holding off and yeah, getting Thiago in the next game week. Don't think it's worth the -4. Don't think it's worth the -4 to summarize. But yeah, good to have everyone back. Anish, hello, good to see you. You said of Elliot Anderson, O'Reilly, and Krupi Jr., which two would you bench? That's an interesting one. That is an interesting one. So Elliot Anderson against Forest, 0.85 goals against Arsenal. You'd probably bench an Elliot Anderson. Would you start Nico O'Reilly against Man United? Personally, I do think Man United score, but I don't know. That's just a hunch feeling, The clean sheet odds are definitely pretty low for Man City. So obviously the bookies look like they agree, and they also think that Man United could grab a goal against Man City. We'll have to see, but Krupi Jr. against Brighton, I think Krupi Jr., yeah, I think he starts. I think you start him. You bench Elliot Anderson and O'Reilly, and you start the GOAT Krupi Jr. Yeah, I quite like the look of that, to be honest. Eddie Casey, good to have you back, man. Good to see you in the streams. You said you're on wildcarded, and would you have Thiago or Watkins? Honestly, I love Watkins as like a differential pick, but I just think the good fixtures start in like 2 to 3 game weeks for him. Obviously, Brentford play against Chelsea this game week, but next week they have Nottingham Forest, and disregarding fixtures, everything like that, I just think Thiago is great value at his price. So I'd probably just go Thiago. I know it's pretty template, but I'd go for Thiago for now, and maybe look to get Watkins in the future. Mystician, good to have you back in the stream, man. You said after such a long time, brother. Miss you so much, man. Especially that smile. Thank you very much. Hope you're doing great and everything went well with Christmas and New Year. How are you feeling ahead of the Manchester derby? What's the prediction? Well, yeah, good to be back. Good to be back. Absolutely. Yeah, I missed these streams. I haven't done one in so long. So, as most of you guys know, if you watched my video, I've been away. Well, actually, I'm back in London now. I've been back in London for the past week or two, but it's just been a hectic start to the year because, for those of you who don't know, I work in football full time. I work for a football agent, and yeah, January transfer window is just absolutely hectic. So, no, it's good to be back. In terms of my prediction for the Manchester derby, I think Man City put a few goals past Man United. That's, a pretty safe bet. I think Man City score a lot of goals, and don't think Man United defense can handle that. But I do think Man United score at least one goal. So my prediction is, even as a Man United fan, I'm going to say Man City probably beat us 3-1. That's my bet if I was a betting man. But Alien says Man United 3, Man City 2, your prediction. That's a bold one. That is a bold one, but I don't mind it. You also said welcome back, King. Well, it's good to be back. Offside Footy says, hello mate, good morning. Good to have you back in the streams, man. Looks like you're just out of bed. I think this is your first stream this year. It is indeed my first stream this year, and I am indeed just out of bed. I was on a night out last night, and yeah, my head has felt better, I will say. Yeah, I'm feeling pretty rough this morning, but all my friends were over from Ireland. They're over in London this weekend, so I had to go big last night, and definitely feeling it today. Definitely feeling it today. Oh, so good to be here though. Yeah, it's my first stream of the year, so I'm really excited to be back. Aiden Wellens, hello Gallagher, hello to you too. Eli Spring says start Bowen over Wilson. I'd be starting Harry Wilson for sure. Zach Howard, is there any news on Reece James? I feel Brentford score too, but if he's in midfield, he could get a return. Let's have a quick look, now that you mention it, Zach. Let's have a quick look at the predicted lineups. Anything on Chelsea? Let's see. Here we go. Okay, it looks like one of the predicted lineups at least has Reece James starting, but these are the ones I'm looking for. These are the ones I like. Reece James, 79% chance of starting. 79% chance is pretty good. I would start him. Yeah. I mean, are you thinking of do you have him in your team already, Zach, or are you thinking of getting him in? Because I don't mind either, but I'd like to know if it's like a benching headache or like a transfer dilemma. Luca de Gabriel says, you've done Enzo in for Cunha and will be bringing Bruno in GW22 as my Foden replacement. Can't trust the Bournemouth attack to warrant a move for Tavernier. Yeah, I mean, I also did Enzo in for Cunha, as you guys can see here. But yeah, man, Enzo in for Cunha, it's a pretty obvious move, I feel. I feel like it's a pretty obvious move. But yeah, no, I like it. And then, yeah, the plan to get Bruno in a few weeks, it makes sense. It makes sense because you don't want to get him in before Man City, Arsenal. I'm on the same boat. So, and yeah, I was never going to go for Tavernier. I was never going to go for him. So, I think we're on the same wavelength there. Viper says, is Cunha a problem? If yes, shall I sell to either Enzo or Bruno Guimaraes? My thing about Bruno Guimaraes is like I feel like a lot of his points have come from just random things happening in the games. Like I can't remember against who, but the goalkeeper comes out halfway and he just puts it around him. He's the third penalty taker. And he gets the penalty on the pitch. Something like that. It just keeps happening, and yeah, I just feel like his points have become very lucky. They've come very lucky, and his owners have been very lucky, I will say that. Not as a jealous non-owner, but in general, it's true. Like, if you look at where his points have come from, I don't think it's sustainable in the long run, whereas Enzo has really good data. I feel like he's the better pick in the long term anyways, and with those fixtures for Chelsea from GW24 onwards, I feel like he is the Cunha replacement, and yes, I would go for it this week if you could. Zach Howard, any job offerings going at your job? Unfortunately not. We're a pretty small company. We're a football agency. I think someone else, Billy Anderson, what's your job, mate, in London? I work for a football agent. So my job is, I'm basically the head of data, head of football analytics, and I do all the data analytics, scouting. I show teams what our players can do based off their data, but I also scout for players, video analysis, data scouting. So I'm a football scout / data guy. That's my job in London. It's great, and it aligns perfectly with what I do here with FPL, so makes sense, doesn't it? Makes sense. Mystician, like the stream, everyone, and make sure to subscribe if you want to see that smile on Gallagher's face. You absolutely love this smile. Like the stream, listen to the man, listen to what he said. Listen to him. Mystician, you're my you're the best for saying that stuff. I feel like you say that every stream, and because I always forget to say that kind of stuff. But yeah. Like the stream, lads. Alien, with one free transfer, should I sell Cunha to Enzo or Tavernier and save value, or just keep rolling and decide what to do with 3 free transfers in Game Week 24? Personally, I would go for Cunha to Enzo this game week. I think Enzo outscores Cunha, and you could save the transfer, see how Rosinha is lining up with this Chelsea side, etc, etc. But I do think it's worth going for this week because I think Enzo starts and I think he outscores Cunha. Academic, sell Bowen to Mane or Ekitike to Dominic Calvert-Lewin next week. Bowen to Mane, Who do they play? Wolves play Newcastle. That's a tough fixture, and Wolves are shite. So I'd probably hold on to Bowen this week, and then. But if you can do Bowen to Ekitike this week, I do like that. I actually do like that move. I know a lot of people are probably selling Ekitike or have sold Ekitike, I should say, but yeah, I like Bowen to Ekitike. I don't mind it at all. Pete says sub. Agreed. Subscribe. Mystician, man, you've such a lovely job, man. So anything you have for us at United in January? Unfortunately, nothing at Man United. What's your quick thoughts on Amrim leaving United? Final prediction where we'll finish at the end of the season. My quick thought on Amrim leaving Man United is that it felt very hasty, and they were just like, okay, get him out, get Darren Fletcher in for now, Michael Carrick in now. It seems like they didn't have a plan. They were just like, let's sack Amrim and see how it goes. I don't think that was the play. I do think we needed to sack Amrim. I just don't think now was the time to do so. Before we played Brighton, Man City, and then Arsenal. Like, those are 3 tough games. I don't think we think these things through. Like, I really don't think we think these things through. So yeah, my final prediction is Man United finish. I would say 7th, maybe 6th or 7th. Obviously, we don't have Europe, and that's a huge plus for us. But let's see how we get on for the rest of the season. I think 6th would be a good finish for Man United. Honestly, don't think we get top 4 or 5. Yeah. NN Torque says, good to have you back, man. Help me out, mate. Wilson, Stack, Cunha, start 2. Yeah, good to be back, mate. I would start Wilson and Cunha there and bench Stack. That's what I would do. Jay Dubon, would you do Saka and Cunha to Rice and Bruno, or Keane and Cunha to Alderete and Bruno? I like the second moves, honestly, because I don't think Saka is a sell. I think Saka could be a genuine captaincy shout this game week. So if you can do Keane and Cunha to Alderete and Bruno, absolutely love that. Offside Footy F1, do you think Thiago is an essential? Maybe Shade is also a good pick. I don't think essential is the word I would use for Thiago because of the fixture this game week. But if I'm wildcarding, he's in my team for sure. For sure. So in that sense, maybe he is essential on a wildcard. But yeah, I don't think he's an essential transfer in or anything like that. Yeah, no, I like Thiago as a pick. I think he's close to being essential. He's just such good value. Oliver McGale says, round 8, Game Week 22. Game Week 22 wildcard. You have Raya, Dubravka, Timber, Gabriel, Mukiele, Porro, Senesi. You have Palmer, Rice, Semenyo, Enzo, Bruno Fernandes, Mane, Krupi Jr., Haaland. Only plan is Porro to Munoz in 2 weeks. I absolutely love that forward line, I must say. Haaland, Krupi Jr., Mane is lethal. Is lethal. Just getting Haaland up top and having Krupi Jr., Mane in there to help whenever you need, that is absolutely class. But no, I love that forward line. I will say Porro is an interesting pick because Spurs defence have been shocking. Absolutely shocking. Even with West Ham, at home, I know the upside is there. But I would probably just get Munoz in this game week just to save the free transfer because you can get away with it otherwise. Yeah, that's my only thought there. Palmer as well is injured. I think he's injured at the moment. So, if you want to get rid of Palmer and maybe upgrade that forward line, I don't think you have to. But yeah, I think you should consider getting rid of Palmer. Maybe just throwing Enzo in there instead. Or you have Enzo already. Getting someone like... You have Rice as well. Throwing Rodgers in there and then maybe upgrading somewhere else in your team. I think that's probably what I would do. Zach Howard, you already have Reece James. Your team is Raya, Timber, Alderete, Chow, Rodgers, Bruno Guimaraes, Foden, Wilson, Cherky, Haaland, Bowen. You've Reece James, Collins, and Gio on the bench. It is a bench and headache. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, I would say... who makes way for Reece James in that team? Who makes way? Let's think about it. Timber starts, Alderete starts, Chow starts, Rodgers starts, Bruno Guimaraes starts, Foden starts, Wilson, Cherky, Haaland. I think Bowen is the one that you maybe consider benching for Reece James. But Spurs are shite. I do think Reece James is just first on your bench in that case. Because, yeah, I do think he is. I do think he is. Unfortunately, because you just can't bench anyone else. You really can't. Maybe Cherky, actually. I would start Reece James over Cherky. There. That's probably what I would do. That is the dilemma I would have. it's up to you whether you want to go for the high upside of Turkey against Man United, because I do think City score, but Chelsea have good clean sheet odds. They have decent goal projections. I'd probably go, hedge for Reece James there. But then at Thiago could always come good. So, it's two ways to think about it there. Zach Howard, job must pay well to live in London. Yeah. To be fair, I mean, I think everyone in London has to, that all the salaries in London are higher because it's so expensive to live here. So yeah, I would say so. Alien, your team is Raya, Gabriel, Hall, Alderete, Saka, Foden, Cunha, Soboslai, Anderson, Haaland, Thiago. Very good. It looks like maybe Cunha is the one to make way there. Don't know how many free transfers you have, but I'd look at getting Enzo in, probably. Mystician, or also Declan Rice should be on your radar too. Mystician, which player would you bench amongst Rodgers, Rice, Cunha, Guimaraes, Foden, Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike? So obviously Haaland, Thiago, Ekitike, they all start. They're all penalty takers. You'd think Ekitike is maybe on penalties. We actually don't know for sure. But you have Rodgers. He starts against Everton. Rice starts. Bruno Guimaraes, Foden both start. I think Cunha is the one to make way, honestly. Kretella says Tarkowski or Chalobah. Has to be, based off the clean sheet odds, it's got to be Chalobah there. Amar says, you have 4 free transfers. Do you think Foden to Bruno is a good option for this week? I don't mind it. I will say I don't mind getting Bruno in. I just don't think Foden is a sell with Man United, Wolves and Spurs in the next 3. He has been shockingly bad, but I don't think Foden is the one to make way there. Yeah, I don't think so. Alex Escobedo, welcome back, King. Absolutely love it, mate. Good to be back. Bench Cunha for Miley or sell Cunha and Miley to change to Tavernier, Enzo, Harry Wilson, Rice, someone else. Can't afford Bruno in one move. Foden will be out for Bruno in 24. And you already have Palmer. Okay, so I would say sell Cunha and Miley, probably. Like, Miley is in that team, obviously with all the Newcastle injuries, he's going to be playing, it looks like. But I don't mind selling both of them and getting, you could upgrade immediately to, I would go for, out of the 4 players you mentioned, Enzo, Tavernier, Wilson, Rice, those are the 4 best replacements, I agree. I would say my ranking is probably Enzo, Rice, Wilson, Tavernier. I would probably say if you get Enzo and Declan Rice in for those 2 players right now, I love that. Love that. Oliver Miguel, I think I answered that question already. Mystician, yeah, personally won't put any blame on Carrick if he doesn't do well. I will back him till he's here, as nothing would be his fault. Agree 100%. He's just been thrown into the fucking mix, and yeah, we'll see what we'll see how he gets on. It's a win-win for him. He gets some more experience at a top club, but no one expects him really to do much. Alien Free Hit recommended me Cunha. Oh, Fantasy Football Hub recommended me Cunha to Mbumo. What are your thoughts? I don't like it at all. Mbumo's nowhere near my replacements for Cunha. Go look at what Alex Escobedo said. He said Tavernier, Enzo, Harry Wilson, Declan Rice. I prefer all of them to Mbumo right now. Before we see, how the team is looking and stuff. Oliver Miguel, planning to move Porro to Munoz in 2 weeks. Oh, sorry, yes. Going back to what you said. Yeah, I don't mind that. Personally, I'd probably just stick Munoz in now to save the free transfers, but I think you're thinking with your upside hat on, and I do actually really like that. Porro is definitely a differential there, and with West Ham at home, I don't mind it whatsoever. Rabbi Mia, hey, can anyone give me money? Oh, mate. No one give this guy money. Why are you asking for money in the chat and you're absolutely spamming it as well? How can I block this chap? Absolutely. I'm just gonna block that guy. Okay. Sorry, I only saw that now. So back to everyone else in the chat. Ethan Bell, who to bench out of Wilson, Soboslai, Dominic Calvert-Lewin, or Gordon? You're starting Wilson and Soboslai. You're starting Gordon. Leeds play Fulham. It's tough to bench a penalty taker there. It is really tough. But you have to play... You know what? Leeds actually have higher projected goals than Fulham. now that I'm looking at it, Fulham's projected goals is actually quite low. So it looks like you're benching Harry Wilson, unfortunately. But he's a great player to have first on your bench in the case anything goes wrong. Because you absolutely have to start Szoboszlai and Gordon. Szoboszlai against Burnley, Gordon against Wolves. And then Dominic Calvert-Lewin makes his way in over, ahead of Leeds. Harry Wilson. Yeah. Psycho Bingo, would you start Voltemata or Van Heck / Mukiela? I would start Voltemata. For sure against Wolves. Eddie Casey, hi Stephen, what do you think of wildcard? You have Rofes, Gabriel, Timber, Mukiela, Fernandez, Rice, Wilson, Rogers, Enzo, Haaland, Thiago, and then a sub bench of Dubravka, Hall, Chalobah, Krupi. Mate, that team is absolutely cracked out. I love it. You've got double Sunderland defence, but you don't have to play that every week, and they have some saucy fixtures coming up. Yeah, your bench is sorted as well. You have Hall, Chalobah, Krupi. I think it's a strong team. Strong team, man. Suki Lucky says, hey man, welcome back. Thank you very much. Good to be back, lads. You said your squad is Sanchez, Dubravka, Alderete, Gabriel, Biol, Lewis Potter, Dorgu, Bruno Guimaraes, Foden, Saka, Rogers, Wilson, Haaland, Ekitike, Giu even. Any suggestions for this game week 1 free transfer? This looks like a rollable team, but I do think that Dorgu has to make way. So I'd probably get rid of Dorgu, and I'm not sure how much money you have left. Let me know how much money you have left when getting rid of Dorgu. But if you could try get, a Newcastle player in, or maybe, a Bournemouth player in. Their fixtures are insane over the long run. Also, just see how much money you have, because then I can make an educated guess. But if you don't have a lot, I'd probably look at someone like Anderson at Fulham with their fixtures coming up too. We have a super chat. Thank you very much, sir. You're always throwing in the super chats, so I must say again, I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Dropping a like straight on that, and I'm going to get straight into it. So you said, hello, have a nice day. Thank you very much. In the 3 weeks I didn't make Haaland captain, he scored 5 goals and got 3 assists. In the 4 weeks I made him captain, he only scored 1 goal. He is trolling me. Mate, let me know when you're captain in Haaland and when you're not, because it sounds like you're just missing the mark every time. That is very tough. That is very, very tough. So, yeah, I would say, let me know who you're captain in this game week. Because I need to go against Haaland whenever you're going against him. Yeah, I think it looks like Ekitike or Haaland is the one this game week. Or Saka. I've thrown Saka in. In fact, let's have a quick look at the captaincy poll. Right now, 115 votes. If you haven't voted for the captain in the poll yet, throw a vote in now. Haaland has 68%, now 67%. Ekitike 24%, Saka 3%, and then other 6%. So, sir, let us know who you are captaining, if you're captaining Haaland, so we can maybe switch it up. Yeah. Downsy says, should I triple captain Mickey Van de Ven? I need a rogue triple captain to overtake some players in my league. I don't think now is the time to do so. I don't think a Spurs defender is the triple captain you want, because the upside just isn't there. Maybe a triple captain on Ekitike is what I would say, Sometimes when it's really close to the best captaincy option, but it's not the best, that's the time to triple captain. But also, I would say trying to win against your mini league, just try to get the most points possible without going different. You don't have to go different to get the most points possible. And I would just say triple captain someone in a double game week. We are going to get double game weeks. Don't think now is the time to do so. Save it for a double game week, which will get you the most points. And obviously it could go well for you this week. Mickey Van de Ven, he could get a clean sheet or whatever. But, your chances of getting more points and beating your mini league rivals is just by playing optimally and, playing a triple captain in a double game week. Sounds boring, but it is the play. Oliver Miguel says Rogers or Semenyo. Right now I'd go for Rogers, just with the uncertainty around Semenyo. But I do like Semenyo as a pick still, even at City. Miss Romaine Runner says, hey mate, I'm sick of the midfielders I've been having for the past few weeks. Foden, Cherki, Szoboszlai, Saka, Cunha. Them and Thiago to Ekitike have destroyed my rank. Where to start? Cunha out. Yeah, absolutely. Thiago has been destroying my rank recently as well, so hopefully Chelsea keep him very quiet. I would say where to start, Cunha out is the play. The ones that I'm looking at are Enzo, Rice, Harry Wilson, Tavernier. Pick whoever you want from them, but in my preferred order, Enzo and Rice are very close to each other, followed by Harry Wilson and then Tavernier. You got 2 free transfers as well, so other than that, I like the rest of your midfield, honestly. Foden, Cherki, Szoboszlai, Saka. I do like them this week and for the next few weeks, but Cunha has to go, I would say. Jamoa, why do you think the don't back the early kickoff captain doesn't apply to Haaland, even though he's possibly out of form? Oh, interesting. I've not heard people mention this, to be honest. Yeah, it is the early kickoff. It is the early kickoff, so everyone beware of that. In fact, now that you reminded me, I must set an alarm for the deadline because you don't want to miss it. I'm going to say 10 minutes before the deadline, my alarm has been set. I set it for 11:50, not 10:50. Let me change that very quickly before I get done in by that one. Okay, yeah. Who else? Okay, Harry O says, morning mate, hope you're well and had a good Christmas and New Year. Thank you very much. I had a great Christmas and New Year, so I appreciate it. I hope you had a good one too. It's good to be back. You asked, what's your thoughts on benching Cunha for Alderete, and what defender would you be bringing in this week apart from Gabriel? I love it. I love benching Cunha for Alderete. I think, Alderete, 34% clean sheet odds. At the start of the game week, actually, Crystal Palace had much higher clean sheet odds. They actually were very level. I believe Crystal Palace were 34% and Sunderland were 33%. Obviously, some adjustments have been made here, it looks like. So that's an interesting one. Sunderland are up. Sunderland are on the up. And yeah, I would be starting Alderete over Cunha. I'm not going to lie. In terms of who to bring in this week, apart from Gabriel, yeah, I mean, Timber, if you don't have him already, are obviously Arsenal defenders are the ones to go for. Other than that, I mean, I like going for someone like Anderson at Fulham, Chalobah, going early on Chalobah. That could be the play as well. Mystician says, you actually look a lot like Michael Carrick. Are you a distant brother or what? I've never heard that before, but I actually agree with that. I think I do look a bit like Michael Carrick, and I don't mind that. I think he's a handsome guy, so I will take that. I will take that. But no relation at all. No relation at all, unfortunately. Yusuf says, start Anderson or Goodmanson? Probably Goodmanson. Zach Howard, Reece James is definitely ahead of Cherki in my team. I see Cherki starting on the bench. Do you agree he doesn't start over Foden, Rangers, Silva or Semenyo? Yeah, I just don't know about that. It's a tough one because who knows what Pep is going to do any game week, but Cherki has been fantastic. And I think they're going to want to put out their strongest team against Man United. And I do think Cherki is in their strongest team. So I'll show you actually on my team. Let's go to my team and I'll show you my bench, etc, etc. So this is how we are looking right now, boys. Yeah, Cherki is starting for me. I've triple attack against Man United, and as a Man United fan, that feels like absolute hearsay, but it is what it is. I'm FPL first and foremost, so unfortunately I have to start my triple city, and I do think Cherki starts. So yeah, it's a tough one. But I would also start Reece James ahead of him if I had Reece James. Start Anderson or Anderson? Sorry. Start Anderson or Anderson? I would start Anderson. I'd probably go for Anderson, mate. No, yeah, I would go for Fulham's Anderson. Aidan Wellens, when are you planning to transfer out Foden? You know what? It looks like Game Week 25. I love the next 3 fixtures for Foden. I love them. Man United, Wolves, Spurs. 3 shite teams, 3 shite defenses, I should say. Obviously, Man United are great and my team, but defensively, they are shaky. And yeah, I think three fixtures that I don't mind. But I could just go Foden to Bruno in Game Week 24. Don't mind it. Oliver McGale, what country are you from? What county? Sorry. Yeah, I'm from Ireland, County Louth. I'm from Dundalk, so I am. I have a Dundalk jersey. I'm not wearing it today because Man United are playing, but I'm from Dundalk in County Louth. Gary Grehan, in fairness, 150... Oh, yeah, fair enough. Mystician, keep liking the stream, everybody, to continue seeing the smile. Why not? Like the stream, lads. Ad says, why is Cunha on the sell list? I think Cunha's on the sell list with how poor he's been and Man United attack has been, but also Man City this game week, Arsenal away next game week. I think it says it all. Gary Grehan, would you start Senesi or Mateus Nunes? let's go back to the clean sheet odds. Senesi or Mateus Nunes? Bournemouth, 14% clean sheet odds is ridiculously low. Is that the lowest? Yeah, Burnley is lowest, followed by Bournemouth. So who was Mateus Nunes with 24% clean sheet odds? Looks like Senesi is the one to bench. Start Mateus Nunes. I would say. Yeah. Elian, making Cunha to Enzo with my one free transfer because Cunha is going to be an issue in the next 2 weeks and Enzo is going to be in my team by game week 24 anyways, so I might as well just get him in now. Mate, you're thinking exactly what I'm thinking. I did Cunha to Enzo for this exact reason. I don't think Enzo is the best replacement right now, absolutely today with the next 2 fixtures. It's not easy with Brentford and then Crystal Palace. But I'm going to be getting Chelsea players in game week 24 anyways, so might as well get Enzo in now and save the transfer. And I do think he outscores Cunha over the next 2 game weeks. But what I meant by that is that I don't think Enzo outscores some of the other options over the next 2 game weeks, but over the next 6 game weeks I do think he does. So I'm getting him in early. Why back? Should I play a wild card of Roofs, Gabriel, Timber, Chalobah, Alderete, Rice, Rogers, Bruno, Wirtz, captain, Wilson, Haaland? I really like that team. I really like the team. Wirtz captain is questionable, but they play Burnley, so I don't mind it. But yeah, really like that team, mate. Really like it. Jeevan Gill, morning to you too. Welcome to the stream, my man. Offside footy, start 2 defenders. Anderson, Tarkowski, Rodon, O'Reilly. Okay, if we're looking at the clean sheet odds, O'Reilly with 24%, Anderson with 23%, Tarkowski with 18%, and then Rodon with 32%. Wow, okay. It looks like Rodon is the one. To be honest, I always just go off the clean sheet odds. Obviously, you can look at DEFCONs, etc., etc. Tarkowski would be higher up on the list in that case. But I would say I'm starting Rodon. And then between O'Reilly and Anderson, it's actually quite tough. Obviously, the clean sheet odds are extremely close. Would you just back... I mean, it depends what the rest of your team looks like, offside footy. Because if you want to go for... If you have Harry Wilson and you want to start him, maybe you don't start Rodon, like maybe you play it that way a little bit. So that's an interesting approach. But yeah, depends on that one. You said, also, I'm just reading your message. You sold Thiago for Bowen and missed out on his 5 goals in the last 2 game weeks. I feel you, bro. Yeah, that's tough. I think a lot of people have had that experience as well. So that's a tough one. That is a tough one to swallow, to be fair. But yes, offside footy. To answer your question, I think I would probably be benching, definitely be benching Tarkowski, and then between Rodon and O'Reilly. Maybe bench O'Reilly. I do think Man United score. Zach Howard, 110. Bros loaded. Speaking of 110, another super chat from Sir. Mate, you're an absolute legend. Thank you so much for that. I'll read it out straight away and drop a like on that because you're goated. You went Cunha to Bruno with the exact money. You have Vifer and Keane who are not available this game week but have a complete team. I only have Alderete on the bench. Should I move on from Keane or Vifer? That's amazing. I love when someone has an exact amount of funds to do a transfer that they want to do. Like Cunha to Bruno, when you put that into your transfer list and you see it, you have 0 left in your balance after that. It's just like you just got to go for it. It just makes sense. It just feels right. So I love the Cunha to Bruno. I have been mentioning all these Cunha replacements, but I haven't actually mentioned Bruno a lot. And I do think he is a brilliant replacement for Cunha. I do think so. So, yeah, I love that transfer. In terms of who to remove between Vifer and Keane, I would say Vifer, because Keane has a good fixture in Game Week 23, and you could use him for that. So, yeah, I really like getting rid of Keane. Tell me how much money you actually have when you get rid of him, and then we can maybe figure something out. Yeah, let me know, and we can find someone for you. But yeah, thank you so much for the super chat. Really appreciate that, mate. So going back to the other questions, Rainsy says best Keane replacements. Yeah, I guess you're in a similar boat yourself. I do think Keane is a sell. I'm not sure is he a sell this game week because of the fixture he has next game week, but I don't mind Anderson at Fulham as a replacement in and around the same price. I do actually quite like him. I do quite like him. Jamoa says, would you start Chow, O'Reilly, or Goodmanson? Definitely Chow. Start Stack or Cunha, says the reality Archie. I would say start Cunha. Yeah. Vincent says, hey man, hope you're well. Would you start Bowen or Van de Ven? I'd definitely start Bowen. Yeah, I'd definitely start Bowen. Just higher upside, isn't it? Do think it's a bit close though, so I appreciate it's quite close. Sir says, I'm captain in Haaland, guys, so choose someone else. Yeah, fair enough. Maybe I just go Ekitike instead. Maybe I just go Ekitike. And Alien says the same. Go Ekitike now. Frazier says, play Bruno or Thiago? I'd start Bruno. Yeah, Bruno's that guy. He's just really good in FPL, honestly. But there has to be someone else that you can, Thiago has to, I'd start both of them, if I'm being honest. I would start both of them if you could. Find a way. Let me know the rest of your team, Frazier, and we can try figure out who to bench for Bruno and Thiago, because you have to start both of those guys. Offside footy. Oh, you said that already. Sir, the bad thing is I'm ranked 200k. I would have been 20k. Oh my god, that is insane. The swings and roundabouts of FPL are absolutely nuts, honestly. You would have been 20k. That's so unfortunate. Jay says, trailing by 90 points in mini league, captain Ekitike over Haaland. Yes, mate. Go for it. Go for it. Get Ekitike captaincy on, mate. Absolutely. After removing Dorgu, 4.6 mil in the bank. Okay, it's not a lot of money. I would look at Alderete, honestly. Those Sunderland fixtures and Sunderland defence in general, they have 34% clean sheet odds this game week against Crystal Palace. The bookies have started to cop on that Sunderland are a solid defence, and they're still so cheap. Mystician, among all the managers in the summer, who will be your choice for Man United? I mean, it's a case of like, who can we convince? Like, people are saying Eddie Howe, Unai Emery. Neither of them is going to leave their teams for a worse team. Like, that's just not going to happen. So it sounds like Oliver Glasner will be free in the summer, will be available in the summer. I think he's probably my favourite replacement. If Spurs sack Thomas Frank, I don't mind him. I know he's been shit at Spurs, but I also think Spurs as a team is quite bad, and Man United isn't much better. But we know that Thomas Frank can do it at the likes of Brentford. I think he needs a bit more time and space. From what I've heard, it sounds like behind the scenes, Thomas Frank could be doing a lot more for Spurs. So I think he's been a bit unlucky there, and you could get him in for cheap. So Sean Riggs, watch Mickey Van de Ven get a 19-pointer now. Yeah, don't listen to me, mate. Anub says, best clean replacement, you have Gabriel, Chow, Chalaba, Dorgu. Mate, get in Alderete. Yes, lad. Jay Dubon, who'd you start between Chow and Alderete? That's very tough, but I would probably start Chow. Yeah. Jeevan Gill, glad to have the streams back. Got a few questions. It is good to be back, mate. Would you start Krupi or Cunha? Would you start Rodon or Anderson, considering you have Harry Wilson? I would start Krupi or Cunha. Looking at these clean sheet odds, I'm like, probably Krupi, honestly. Don't mind a bit of Krupi. Yeah, I'd go for Krupi. Differential, lad. Stick him in there. And then between Rodon and Anderson, considering you have Harry Wilson, yeah, I'd just double up on the Fulham lads and go for it. I back it. I think the bookies are underrating Fulham here. They probably know more than me, but listen. From an FPL perspective, the upside is they are doubling up on the Fulham. You said, Alien says, Captain Ekitike or Haaland and buy Wilson or Enzo for Cunha if I want to chase points. I want explosive haul-worthy players. Captain Ekitike and buy Enzo, I would say, over Harry Wilson. I like both of them as a pick. Wilson is very explosive, to be fair, but yeah, if you want explosive haul-worthy points, yeah, Wilson. Wilson's the guy. Batterer says, Cunha to Gakpo for -4. Not sure about that. I don't think it's worth a -4. Jeevan Gill, if you suggest starting Rodon, would you bench Wilson for Cunha? No, I wouldn't, to be honest. No, I'd still play Wilson. Fly with Pete, would you spend 2.2 million for an Arsenal triple defence or save it to get Salah or Bruno in soon instead? I would save it to get in I would. I do like triple Arsenal defence, but I prefer Bruno. Why do people not like early kickoffs? By the way, last early kickoff, Manchester Derby ended 0-0. Interesting. I love that. I love the analysis there. Yeah, early kickoffs are just, there's this, this feeling everyone, doesn't want to captain the early kickoff because historically it doesn't do very well. But I think it's just a bit of a, something in the air. Who knows? Who knows? But yeah, I currently, you know what? I'll show you my team. I currently have the captain on Ekatike. Because fuck it, why not? Why not? Let's have a bit of fun. I don't want to captain Haaland against my team as well. That's my reasoning. But Rob T probably has the predicted points up, does he? Let's have a quick look at that. And Haaland will definitely be at the top. Yeah, by far. Like Ekatike, why is he so low? I'm just gonna stick it on Ekatike and hope for the best. Oh, I'll be absolutely sick for this game though, but is what it is. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Jay, I have the trifecta of Semenyo, Cherky, and Foden alongside Haaland. Thinking to keep the 4 until Wolves. Thoughts? Absolutely love it. I absolutely love it. Honestly, yeah. 4 City against Wolves. That's nuts. Yeah, you gotta go for that. The upside is huge there. Someone asked, is Palmer out? It looks like Palmer has a 50-50 chance of starting, according to this predictor. So I wouldn't trust that he starts. Dark Lord, how many minutes do you think Ekatike will get? Hopefully like 90. As I'm starting in, hopefully 90. Yeah, who knows, man. I think that's why his predicted points, excuse me, are so low. My voice is gone. I was out last night as well, so yeah, it's a long day, but yeah, probably 70-80. That's enough against Burnley. Would you say to do some bits against Burnley? You would hope so. Mystician, I have both Guehi and Nico O'Reilly. Have to remove one in a week. Who do you think will be better choice to remove in the long term? Oh, it's so tough to say. It's so tough to say. That is really tough, honestly. Who knows how many minutes Guehi gets? That's the thing. I'm like, I don't even know. Nico O'Reilly, you would say, is more secure for the minutes, would you say? Yeah, probably. Alien says, you are roulette proof with those 4 in. Yeah. You're roulette proof. That is so true. With 4 City attackers, you're going to have at least 3 of them play. And then one of them benched, maybe. But if all 4 of them start, you're flying. Arnav says, Calvert-Lewin a good pick. I think so. I like him as a pick. Hietsu, think I could captain Cherky over Haaland this game week. Interesting. Very interesting. I don't know if I would have the balls to do that myself, but yeah, I don't mind it. Alien, haha, I'd love all 4 to blank if that means United wins. Okay, you're hedging your bets there. You would take that as a United fan, Alien. Fair enough. Suki Lucky, whenever Carrick's ill, you should step in as the deputy manager of United. No one would notice. Gallagher in as United manager in the summer. Who says no? Yeah, fucking get me in there, lads. I'll sort it all out. Eddie Casey, I'm a Man United fan. Who the captain? Haaland, Gabriel, Thiago, Wilson, Enzo. It is Haaland. Haaland scores against us, doesn't he? Oh, he just does. It's so unfortunate, but he probably will. Yeah, honestly, if you don't want to captain Haaland, though, I don't mind Gabriel, to be fair. He's a defender, but they play Forest. Like, they'll probably do bits. Mark Nightingale, I'm still stuck with Hincapié. Will he start today? Good question. Let's have a quick look at the Arsenal clean sheet odds. Hincapié has a 0% chance of starting. It sounds like he won't be in. So honestly, if you can afford getting him for another Arsenal defender, I would do that. If not, someone like Chalobah is probably the way I'd go. Morning says late AVFC. Don't know to bring in Rodgers, Enzo, or Szoboszlai. Sounds like you're an Aston Villa fan, and I like Rodgers as a replacement. I've not been mentioning Rodgers, to be fair. I think he's a good replacement for whoever you're selling. Probably Cunha. Yeah, I do like Rodgers as a pick. Raid says Cunha, Gravenberch, Calvert-Lewin, Raul Jimenez, Foden, Semenyo, Cunha. Bench 1. Bench 1. You said Cunha twice. So maybe just bench one of your Cunhas. Lol. Yeah, Foden starts. Semenyo starts. Calvert-Lewin starts. Is Cunha on the bench here? Yeah, maybe. Billy Anderson, starting Turkey, boss. I am indeed. I am indeed. Sir, I only have 4.6 if I sell Keane. You have 3 free transfers, but whoever I buy cannot play this week. Okay, maybe just roll the transfers then. Because if you're selling Keane, but you're going to bench them, I think it's fine to hold on to him. Eddie Casey, you're a Man United supporter. Who the captain? Oh, I think I answered that already. Gallagher, Aidan Wellens, do you start Bowen or Mukiela? Bowen is higher upside, I would say. DC, Wilson or Semenyo to start? Semenyo. And Nilda, should I start Semenyo for Enzo? Should I sell Semenyo for Enzo? Sorry. I wouldn't sell Semenyo. I think he could do bits against Man United. Whom shall I start? Sirius Vega. Welbeck or Palmer? I got a feeling Palmer won't be in the starting 11. Yeah, I'd go for Welbeck, honestly. I would, actually. But maybe you just start Palmer and see if he starts or not. But then there's always the risk he comes on as a sub. Yeah, I'd probably start Welbeck there. Jay, Glasner knows his shit. I agree. I think he does. I think he knows his shit. With the team that he has, he's done so well. He has done very well with the squad that he has. Dark Lord, will Mark Gio get some minutes? Don't think so. Frazier, I mean, depends on the injury. Obviously, he started midweek against Arsenal, so he could do, to be fair. He could do. Maybe I'll just put him second on my bench in case. Boom, boom. I mean, it's not going to make a difference, is it? But, yeah. Frazier says, Pedro Porro, Collins, Tarkowski, Garner, Rice, Antonsen, Yanelt, Fernandez, Calvert-Lewin, Thiago Vicario. Nice team, mate. Nice team. Just quiz shorts. I forgot your question, and I need to keep getting on with these other ones. Sorry. Just quiz shorts. Start 2. Cunha, Lafay, Alderete, Richards. Probably Alderete and Cunha. Can't have Glazer as Man United manager. He's a back 3 manager, says Mark Nightingale. Yeah, that's a great point. I just feel like they've figured out the back 3 better than Amram has. Like, he has figured it out, and I think his tactics are still quite different to Amram's. He knows when to defend, and Man United can't say the same for them. So yeah, I would say I still like him as a pick, and it's an easy transition, you know. But I don't disagree that I think a back 4 is better for Man United right now. Jeevan Gill, thanks. You know, not a bother at all, mate. Offside Footy F1. Apparently Stack is injured. As per some posts over X, I would fancy an Anderson clean sheet. Very, very good point. Apparently, if Stack is injured, then yeah, obviously bench him, and it just makes Fulham slightly stronger because Stack is quite important to Leeds. Mystician, among all the names that's being linked, I personally want Thomas Tuchel, but don't see it happening unless England has a bad World Cup. I would like a short-term manager who could stabilise, like Antonio Conte. I mean, obviously, I'd love Conte in, but like, he is what Man United need. He needs a manager to come in, make a fucking stamp, you know? But I just don't think he goes to Man United. I just don't think he leaves Napoli. Jeevan Gill, I'd like to captain Ekitike, but X-Mins and no pens. Yeah, true. It's tough, isn't it? Alien, hesitation to captain Haaland as a Man United fan is real, but he scored 2 against us last time, and in that week I captained Gabriel, who did well, so I wasn't burned. Fair enough. I mean, like, yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things where it's like, do you want to captain the player against your team? A lot of Man United fans in the chat don't want to captain Haaland, and I'm on the same boat. Don't know what to do though. I probably should I just captain Haaland and hedge my bets? Like, if Man United win, I'll be happy. If Haaland scores, I'll be happy. I'm going to stick it on and see how it feels. Let's just see how it feels. I'm going to leave it there for a bit. We'll come back to it. I'm not locked in whatsoever. Absolutely not. Jay, you're such a good hype man, by the way. I'm sure you're an amazing friend in real life. Love the vibes here. Thanks so much, man. That's a really nice comment. That's such a nice thing to say. Yeah, I suppose I'm a good friend. I mean, if I was not being biased or anything. Yeah, thanks so much. That's a lovely thing to say. Hadley says, Cunha and Hincapié to Enzo and Gabriel or roll. My 11 is good enough. Mate, do that. Hadley, definitely do those moves. Those are 2 huge upgrades. Enzo and Gabriel in. Love that for Cunha and Nkapie. Maybe it gives you a bit of a benching headache, but I think those two would definitely start in your team anyways. So it just improves your team immediately. Am I reading this correct? Oliver Morvold says, I'm number 15 global and need your take on this. Start Mukiele, Cunha, or Bowen. Hold on a minute. Are you actually number 15 globally? Because that is crazy. No way. Lads, look at this. Oliver is fucking cracked at FPL. Holy shit. He is 15th in the world. You are 15th in the world. You just bench boosted with Kelleher, Garner, Cash. Mate, what the fuck? You're insane at FPL. Holy shit. Let's look at your game week history. How have you been doing this? Game week ranks of 30k. 80s. Holy shit, you had a 7k game week rank. You had 3 game weeks in a row where you were in the top 100 game week rank. That is crazy. Oh my god. You've had a flying start to the season. Straight into the 60k overall. Mate, what the fuck? That is crazy. Fair play to you. So let's figure out Oliver's team. Let's give him a helping hand. Not that you bloody need it, mate, but... So your question, Oliver, was, you're number 15 global. Start Mukiele, Cunha, or Bowen? Mukiele, Cunha, or Bowen? Between Mukiele and Bowen, Mukiele is the lowest upside. Like, he's the highest floor but lowest ceiling, I would say. Bowen against Spurs could do bits. You know what? I'm gonna say Bowen. I'm gonna make a decision. I'm gonna say Bowen. Yeah, I think he probably scores the most points out of those 3 guys. But if you drop out of the top 100 based off this, I'm very sorry, Oliver. But it's an absolute pleasure to have you in the chat because, mate, you're a fucking goat at FPL. So yeah, feel free to pop your head into my chat any day because that is great. I'd love to help you as much as I can over the season. This guy could genuinely win FPL. Like, you genuinely could. So honestly, fair play, Oliver. You're smashing it. Mystician, Haaland really takes the rage of his father out on us so bad, man. Foden hates us too, despite his family being United fans. Yeah, Haaland loves to score against us, and so does Foden. Oh, LFC Cola, welcome to Gold Member. Thank you so much. You've been in the chat like countless times. I think you've been in my chat basically every stream I've had for the past long time. So yeah. Welcome to be a gold member. If anyone's wondering what gold membership does, you don't have to get it, but it just means you get priority reply on all the comments on my videos, and you get all my videos earlier than everyone else. So you don't have to do it, but obviously it supports me and supports the channel, so it's much appreciated. So LFC Cola, thank you very much for joining as a gold member. But yeah, Oliver, good luck this game week, mate. I hope you win FPL because that is insane. Mystician, Haaland really takes... Oh, sorry, I said that already. Psycho Vibes, start 2, bench 2. Sorry, I fucking had a brain fart there. Raya, Ruffs, Chalobah, Tarkowski. Start Raya and start Chalobah, I would say. EA Maivan says, own Gabriel and Rice. I want to sell Saka to one of Rogers, Enzo, or Matoma. Who, please? Who, please? I would say... do you sell Saka this game week? Now that I'm thinking about it, if you need to sell Saka, you can. But, like, he plays Forest away. He's probably my 3rd favourite captaincy shout this game week. So I wouldn't sell Saka, but if you are going to do it, I like Enzo. I like Rogers. Probably go for Enzo. Abdullah says start 5. So bench 1. Virgil, Gabriel, Mukiele, Alderete, Richards. Obviously, you're starting Van Dijk. You're starting Gabriel, Mukiele, Alderete, and then bench Richards. That's what I would go for. I started figuring it out as I was going along. Krypton says, could you please look at your DMs? It's from Charlie Wilkos. Thank you. DMs on Instagram. I think actually, you know what, Charlie? I think I messaged you this morning. So now that you've said it, I will actually check my DMs. If anyone doesn't follow me on Instagram, fire away. I'm just Stephen. Oh, excuse me, guys. I am Stephen Gallagher on Instagram, so you can actually. Yeah, what's my at? Yeah, _ Stephen Gallagher _ it's probably in one of my comment sections somewhere. But yeah, Charlie Wilkins, I've got it, mate. This was the previous game week, which super happy about. This is my final team for this game week. I do have one free transfer, but I'm keeping Semenyo and Foden. I think people will regret selling him. Looking at your teammate, you've got Raya, Gabriel, Van de Ven, Chow. That is a cracked out back line, I must say. Some clean sheets in your future, Charlie. Wilson, Semenyo, Bruno Guimaraes, Foden, Wirtz, Thiago and Haaland. Yeah, mate, your team's insane. Yeah. Wirtz, I love it as a pick. I love it, honestly. So, yeah, Captain Haaland, don't mind it. I think that's a role. Yeah, obviously, I mean, you wildcarded already, so yeah, agreed that people will regret selling Foden. I agree. I 100% agree. And not just because I own him, but these next three fixtures are crazy. So, yeah, that's a very nice team, Charlie. So, thanks for reminding me for checking the DMs. Let's have a look. Dominic says, my man, greetings, bro. Greetings to you too, my man. Did one free transfer. Keen to Mukiela. Love it. Worth Cunha to Enzo for -4 or starting Garner or Krupi. Thanks. And then you sent your team. I think you don't do the -4. I don't think Cunha out for a -4 is worth it. And I would start Krupi. I like him this game week. Offside Footy F1. Thoughts on Conor Gallagher or Gallagher? He had an average of 11.3 DEFCON with 7 goals and 9 assists in the 23-24 season for Chelsea. Yeah, he was a machine that season. And I love that you've pulled up the DEFCONs. I love that. That is great, mate. Yeah, DEFCONs from 3 years ago. From 2 years ago even. Yeah, that's insane. No, it was it? Yeah, 2 years ago. Crazy that he got 7 goals and 9 assists as well. Wow, he was on a fucking steamboat there. I like him as a pick. He's so cheap as well. What is he? 5.5 million? I'll just wait and see how he fits into the team minutes wise. But yeah, really like him as a sleeper pick, honestly. On a wild card, I wouldn't mind, plugging him in there. Absolutely not. I'm going to scoot on down to LFC Cola because you're a gold member and I just seen your message there. You said, hey, happy you're back. Good to be back, man. Good to have you back in the chat and as a gold member too. Quick question. Who would you start out of these midfielders? 4 spots available. You got Bruno G, Rice, Tavernier, Enzo, Foden. That is tough. So I think you start Foden, you start Bruno Guimaraes, you start Rice. Between Tavernier and Enzo, I'd probably start Enzo and bench Tavernier. That's what I'd go for, mate. That is what I would go for. Yeah, I think yeah, I'm going to make a decision there. It's start Enzo, bench Tavernier. Deb says, hello, mate. Please help to bench 1. Calvert-Lewin, Rodgers, Wilson, Saka, Semenyo, Cherki. Obviously, you're starting Saka, so get his name out of that. Semenyo, Cherki, you're starting. Rodgers, and then between Wilson and Calvert-Lewin, I'd probably start Calvert-Lewin, bench Wilson. FPL Olympian, captain in Ekitike, so you should probably go Haaland, Stephen Gill. Yeah, I've made the switch to Haaland. It feels good, honestly. It feels good. Yeah, I don't mind it. I'm going to actually, remember, I have to screenshot my team before. Oh, that's my alarm. If anyone heard that, that is the alarm, which means we have 10 minutes to go, lads. 10 minutes to go before the deadline. I'm just on my phone here, getting the app up, and I am going to take a quick little screenshot of my team before the deadline because I have to post that on Twitter. Yeah, let me actually post it now while you guys are here so you can see what my full plan is for the game if anyone has missed it. Where is my... I usually just copy and paste what I did last time because it's easier than typing it out. I'm just lazy like that. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. I put that in there. And then let's go. Let me airdrop my photo onto my laptop. Bada bing, bada boom. Alright, lads. Let's post this bad boy. Boom. It's game week 22, of course. Here is the team. I should probably get that in there. There we go. Okay. So, obviously, some of these need to change. So, game week 22. How many points am I on, actually? You guys can compare it to me here if you don't know already. 129. 129 points. Can you beat that? Can anyone beat that? I'm sure fucking a lot of people can, to be fair. It's not even that good. Okay, I did Cunha to Enzo. Haaland captain. I think I'm going to captain Haaland. I'm going to say Alderete on the bench once again. Please don't make me regret. Praise. No, I'm going to pray. I'm also going to say hedging my bets as a Man United fan. Okay, we are locked and loaded, lads. There we go. I'll just throw that on the screen so everyone can see it. Yeah, you guys can see. I mean, it's hard to get everything in, to be fair, but boom, there we go. Oh, no, that's my 20 Game Week 20. I'm fucking retarded. Okay, let's pin this to my profile. There you go. Okay, lads. Boom. Team sorted. Is that the quality of the picture? No, okay. It's not. There we go. I feel like that's the best I can do. Elite level graphics on the FPL Gallagher channel, lads. Elite level graphics. But it's the best way to show you guys what I'm doing. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just show you my team here. There we go. Boom. You know what I did. I did Enzo in. Alrighty. Where was I last? I think I've missed a few, so I'm gonna try find where I left off. Okay, found it. Mr. Bean, welcome to the chat, Mr. Bean. Enzo or Gordon, bench one, help please. I'd bench Enzo there, start Gordon. ABC Burke says, I have Foden, but really like Semenyo. Should I transfer Cunha out for Semenyo? The thing with Semenyo is we just don't know how he's going to play, like what's going to happen, if he's going to play straight away. It's hard to tell. Let's see if we get any team leaks off the rip. Lazy FPL, quite good for Man City team leaks. Don't know, are we going to get anything? Oh, apparently Ekitike starts. Oh, it just makes me want to fucking... Just makes me want to captain him so bad. Do I swap the captain? Oh, lads. Foden starts apparently. Or is that true? No, that's what people are asking. Apologies. Gakpo starts as well. Anyone wants to know? Yeah, this is some good info here, lads. I'll keep this open until the deadline in case anyone wants to get some team leaks. Mystician, I want to go differential, so I'm going Foden, and Sir has warned us too. Yes, he has indeed. Fair play, I love that. Mandy says, start Raul or Cunha? Probably Cunha there, honestly. Who should I start? Cunha or Shade? I would start Cunha as well. Psycho Vibes, start 2, bench 2. I think I did that already. Raya and Chalobah. Jamoa, apparently Gakpo starts FPL Raptors stream. Would you do Saka to him for a short-term punt? No, I wouldn't. I like Saka. I like Saka as a play still. Rayan, any City news, guys? Nothing yet. Yeah, offside footy. What do you eat, bro? Oliver Norvold. King Julian, you are, bro. Yeah, you're an absolute goat, mate. You eat oats. Good to know. He eats oats, lads. Eat oats and you can get 15th in the world. Absolutely. Alright, I'll go from the bottom up. Alright, Jeevan Gill. I'm so tempted to move away from Haaland captain, but I don't think captaincy isn't something to go very different on. Yeah, agreed. I mean, like, let's have a quick look and see, like, what the general consensus is for captaincy. If we go here, who is everyone else? You know what? Actually, I'm just going to go on to, like, deadline streams. I feel like that's a good way to go about it.
If you believe the
league to be captain on Haaland. Boom. Okay, we know who he's captaining. Let's just search FPL and see what people are captaining.
I think the Liverpool team's pretty
Captain
easy,
Haaland again. Does anyone own Ekitike and still captain him? That's what I want to know. Yeah, FPL Focal. I mean, he's a great manager. He's a great lad. I'm going to say Oscar was hoping.
Yeah, so the Liverpool lineup, I'll just read it one more time, is Alisson, Frimpong, Konate, Van Dijk, Kirkes, Jones, Gravenberch, Wirtz, Szoboszlai, Gakpo and Ekitike. And then that's pretty much it for leaks. There was the Man United lineup I put on the screen earlier, which didn't have Cunha in for some reason, but
at this stage,
it could be a bait leak. They could be trying to unearth
yeah. Again, I love Oscar.
someone that's leaking lineups,
well
but yeah, nothing on.
So he is captain in Haaland there. FPL Harry, how are you getting on?
How long have we got? 2 minutes. I think I just do
Subscriber
it.
only,
Someone
man.
said
Oh
Thiago was
God,
predicted
Harry,
to
I'm
rise
so
as well
sorry, I
tonight.
don't even subscribe to you. I don't really use YouTube as a thing. I actually don't really watch
If he scores, he
FPL YouTube, I'll be honest. I just kind of do my own thing. Harry, captain,
Yeah.
TK, and I
It leaves me
will too.
exact money. It leaves me 0.1 spare
Let's
for
do a little
Foden.
shake. Handshake emoji.
Foden nearly
Don't know where you see
200% to
that.
drop. To be honest, that's fine. Like the drop
Probably
doesn't
won't.
impact
There's way
my
too many
selling
people in
price.
his chat to see that. He is big time. Who else? Who else have we missed? FPL mate.
It's your more,
What's he
should I
doing?
say.
He's captain in Haaland as well. Lads, we have 3 minutes to go, so make sure to lock
Can't
in
normally
your
consider
teams.
that for a
Planet
moment.
FPL.
OG
It looks
FPL
like
had James
he is
bench
captain
too.
in Haaland too. Haaland just is the play, isn't it? It just is. Live, yeah. Let's make sure to filter by live. Okay, so who else? Who else have I missed? There's so many. FPL era.
That we're going to get.
Go on, the
For
Irish
now,
lad.
A Man United team has leaked Dallo, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Menu, Ahmad, Fernandez,
I'll
Doru,
subscribe
and
to him
Wemo.
too.
It is
And then I'll
unclear
refresh
if
and say.
the leaked 11 is accurate or
I'll say
deliberately
the same thing I
incorrect.
said,
In the past, some inaccurate United 11
yes,
has
lad.
been leaked in an attempt to unearth the source.
Captain
Teams will be
Ekitike
confirmed
and
at a quarter
Liverpool
past
too.
11. Interesting, okay.
Go on, the
Doesn't
lad.
like we'll get some early team news. Only
Always got to support my Irish boys, you know? That's just how it is. That is just how it is. It looks like everyone's captain to Haaland, though. FPL Dylan, how are you getting on, lad? Haaland captain. FPL Chai, another Irish boy.
FPL
He's a good lad, so he is. He's a good lad.
It doesn't.
Yeah,
look
looks like any team leaks. Nothing else, really, lads. Nothing else. I'm not seeing anything else. Offside footy. The only thing is Gandhi and early kickoff, but Haaland is Haaland, and it's a derby. Yeah, I think Haaland is Haaland. You know, yeah. I'm just gonna stick it on him. I'm just gonna stick it on Haaland and leave it be. It's just the way to go. Haaland is that guy. Actually, you know what? Before I set my bench completely, I want to see what is Mark Giu's chance of starting. It's 0%. Okay, never mind. It is 0. So maybe I just swap him back for Nathan Collins, who is my Irish captain. I absolutely love Nathan Collins because he's been so good for me. 13 points, 10 points, 9 points the past 3 game weeks. I love him. I absolutely love him. So yeah, no City team leaks, and that is the deadline. That is the deadline, lads. I hope everyone got your teams in. I hope everyone got your teams in because the deadline's up. Bada bing, bada boom. It's going to be an amazing day of football. I'm so excited for this Manchester derby. Now that I've hedged my bets slightly against Haaland, you know, it feels great. I will be back in 1 second because I've been fucking bursting for a piss. So I will be right back. I'm not going anywhere because I don't have anywhere to be. So just wait 1 second and I'll be back. In the meantime, like the stream, subscribe. I'm just taking a piss. I'm back, boys. I'm back. Who did I captain? Eddie. I captained the Haaland. Just grabbing some water. Oh, lads, here we go. I'm going to stand for a bit as well. Well, you probably can't hear me then. Oh, lads. Yeah, I'm pretty hungover, sorry. So I had to get some water, and I was bursting for a piss. Alien, that is exactly what I was thinking. You captain Haaland. He blanks, we're happy because we're Man United fans. He scores, we're happy because we're FPL fans too. Mystician, please don't leave before giving your thoughts on lineups of the Manchester derby. Yeah. I will not. Oh, sorry, I blanked for a second. My brain is so slow this morning. I will not be going anywhere, lads. I am here. I am here to stay. Actually, sorry, I forgot to end the poll. Who did everyone captain? Who did everyone captain? Haaland had 65%. Yeah, fair enough. Ekatike, a quarter of the stream did. Aiden Wellens decided to start Bowen as now Kete is leaving. He should be on pens. Yeah, you would think Bowen would be on pens just because he's Mr. West Ham. You think that would, be a reason alone to give it to him. And he's just their, best player. But, yeah. Man United beat City last season. That 2-1 in Etihad, not in Old Trafford. Cunha dropped in the leaks. Cunha dropped. Wow. That's crazy. Well, I guess it makes everyone's decision who to bench easier. Don't think he was a good pick this game week anyways. Obviously, everyone was selling him, so kind of unfortunate now that I think about it. Like, I would have preferred if Cunha played and blanked because a lot of people maybe held on to him. So from an FPL perspective, Stephen Gill, have you done FPL Challenge this week? Oh, no, I completely forgot. I never really do it. I need to get into it, though. It looks like fun. Kieran Ryan, when you said you had leaks, I didn't think you meant going for a piss. Fair enough. Yeah, Team leaks, more like Stephen pissing himself on stream. Yeah, no, not ideal. Lads, I was holding that piss in for so long. Like, probably from when I started the stream. And then I started and I was like, I can't go now. That would be taking the piss, literally. Way. Cunha will come off the bench, and those who started him will get a 1-pointer. Sorry, for some reason, when they said Cunha benched, I thought it meant or Cunha dropped, I thought it meant like he wasn't in the squad at all. But yeah, we'll keep an eye on the Man United team leaks. Let's just get that page open while we're here. Might as well. We can get rid of that. We'll keep that open as well, the official team news. But yeah, nothing, no news there anyways. So yeah, apparently Cunha is benched. I don't know, is he benched or is he just like dropped completely? That could be interesting. Okay, you can still do FPL Challenge, mate. The deadline is only before a game actually starts. Brilliant. Yeah, let's do it. Okay, as a Man United team has leaked. Here we go. Let's have a look. Lamans, Dalot, Maguire, Martinez, Shaw, Casemiro, Mainu. Come on, the Mainu. Ahmad back in the lineup, as well as Mbumo, Fernandes, and Dorgu. It is unclear if that leaked 11 is accurate or deliberately incorrect. In the past, some inaccurate United 11s have leaked in an attempt to unearth the source. The teams will be confirmed at 11:15. That's very interesting that teams do that. That they try to, try to do that. Try to unearth the source of some leaks. That is very interesting. But I will do the FPL challenge while we're here. Fantasy challenge. So what is the challenge this game week? Let's have a look. Season rank, I'm doing very well. Hardly playing it. Okay. Plus 1 point for every chance created. That is interesting. That's an interesting one. Let's sort by. Can we sort by chances created? Big chances created. Here we go, lads. Sort by that. Yeah, bollocks. All right. 14 from Turkey. He is nuts, isn't he? He is absolutely nuts. Haaland only 6. Okay, so we need to go for midfielders, it looks like. We need to go for as many midfielders as we can get. Let's do a 1-3-1 formation. Okay, so obviously, let's start with defenders. So we want to get someone who creates a lot of chances, but also has a decent fixture. Would you say that's... I would say that's Reece James. Yeah, stick him in there. But actually, let's go midfielders first and filter down from there. Cherky, I mean, we have to wait and see if he actually starts or not. But Saka, I like having Saka in there. Rodgers against Everton, love it. Who else is firing? Gakpo against Liverpool is tasty, you know. Gakpo against Liverpool. And then up top, who are we going for? Just want to make sure I didn't miss anyone. I really like that midfield, though. And then up top, creating chances. Haaland, is he the play? Is that the play, boys? I think it is. It's fucking Haaland. Oh, we forgot to get a goalkeeper. Did the goalkeepers create any chances? Let's see. Let's have a quick look. Sanchez has created chances, but you can only pick one player per team. So I'm just going to go for whoever has the best clean sheet odds. I'm not sure who it is, but who? Okay, let's think who has really good clean sheet odds this game week. Instead of that, let's just go by total points. So it looks like could just go Vicario. Fuck it, yeah, Vicario. Although they're so poor. Pope, sorry, I'm obviously gonna go for Nick Pope against Wolves. Okay, sick. That's my team saved. Just want to check something really quickly, actually, lads. What is the situation with with Nick Pope and Aaron Ramsdale? Because I know they've been swapping in and out with that injury that Nick Pope got, but it seems like League Cup. I know Pope started. Yeah, okay, Pope's the guy still. Yeah, what do you guys think about that team? I don't know. I don't mind it at all. But Alien, what you were saying about Cunha coming off the bench and those who started him will get a 1-pointer. That would be huge for us, obviously. For us Cunha sellers, I should say. But yeah, let's keep an eye on this. We'll keep an eye on the team news. We'll see what happens. Andy locked in his team. Cunha and Paquetá to Enzo and Tavernier. Rolled one other transfer. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. Harry, what did you do, mate? Game week 22. Cunha and Giu out. Thiago back in after getting rid of him. Fair enough. And Tavernier in. Nice one. Leaves money for Foden de Bruno in game week 24. Have a lovely weekend, everyone, and good luck. Yeah, good luck to you too. I like it, Harry. I like it. Let's see the rest of his team, actually. So he's got Ekitike, Haaland captain, Thiago up top. Yeah, he's shifted to the three up front kind of formation. Yeah, love it, man. Dorgu has to be sorted out shortly enough. I'm sure he'll get around to it. I like it, Harry. Go on, the lad. Anyone else? Tom Dollimore. He is an absolute menace. He is so good at FPL. Like, insanely good. 2 free transfers used. Cunha to Bruno. Tarkowski to Mukiele. I like it. Ended up keeping the City pair so I can go through pain deciding which one might start against Wolves. And he's benched Cherky over Mukiele. Nice. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I mean, yeah, you would bench Cherky there. You would do, You would do. Fair enough. Diabolical rush at the deadline. That Flapjack FPL is 39k. He's doing well. Fair play. Everyone's captain Haaland, hasn't he? Cunha brace incoming. Oh, here we go. KSI. It's that time again. Another game week, baby. Brought in Thiago because he's annoying me. If you can't beat them, join them. Bench Palmer because I don't know what's going on with him and can't be arsed. Verts captain because Burnley. Benched all my Everton players because I feel like Villa are going to do naughty things to them. 343. Let's go. He's ranked 138k. Captain Verts is saucy, to be fair. Yeah. Fair play, lad. Fair play to KSI. What should I say to him? He loves his FPL, to be fair. He absolutely loves his FPL. Double Sunderland, double Arsenal. I don't mind it. I don't mind it, JJ. It looks good, man. It looks good. Malik Chow benched, though. Now, that is surprising. Against Wolves, like... I suppose, who do you start him over? Stephen Gallagher, he's used all his chips. He's going to finish 1 million come the end of the season. Yeah, fair enough. I mean, haven't we all used all our chips, though? Or has he already used, like, his chips from, you know, the past few game weeks? Alien, I'll just copy your challenge team because I don't have any idea how to play. Yeah, fair enough. I'm not saying I have a very good idea how to play, but I guess. The conservation of Tom is insane. He would have 4 free transfers and 2 flags and would still roll. Yeah, he's very conservative. He's very methodical with his moves. And that's why he's such a good FPL manager. And you see him doing things and you're like, not sure about that, Tom. And it works out because he just has another, you know, he has another perception of how things work. Sorry, Jeevan Gill, you said JJ just wildcarded. I think he did, actually, yeah. I think you're right. I think he did just wildcard. Into this, by the way, which is an insane team, but it could work out. Could work out. Let's see what people are saying on this post, though. Haaland also going to do naughty things to United, I said. Yeah, fair. JJ, I'm sorry, mate. But lads, thank you so much for coming in the stream. If you're still in the stream, then drop a like on it if you don't mind. I mean, helps me out. And yeah, I always forget to say it. I mean, everyone's kind of left now, but no, if anyone's still here, thanks for coming in, and Thanks for joining the stream as always. Offside Footy at F1. What a reply, mate. Yeah, I always try to comment on KSI's posts because he loves his FPL. He absolutely loves his FPL. Any news on these lineups? Mystician lineup? Yeah, no, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry. I'll still be here. I was just saying thanks to you guys for being in the stream because you know, it's good to have someone to talk to before the lineups come out. I would just be waiting on my couch, refreshing the page otherwise. But yeah, let's open up Man United's Twitter, and let's also open up Man City's Twitter, so we get those lineups bushed straight out of it. They're live. What are they live for? We'll stick that on anyways. Is this the lineup, is it? Yeah, it is. Or do they have it posted, though? Oh, here we go. Boom. Let's quote tweet this. So we got Donnarumma, Rico Lewis, Kusanov, Alien, Semenyo, Bernardo. Okay, Cherky is benched. Fuck's sake. Cherky benched. And Semenyo starts. Fuck's sake. That's so annoying. That is so annoying. God dang. It's like replying to JJ as captain in your tweet. Fair. Oh, lads. Turkey benched, for fuck's sake. That is so annoying. Oh, lads. Let's just screenshot that because let's just give that a little screenshot because it's not actually yeah, I don't know what's going on here. Yeah, let's screenshot that because you can't retweet it with the image. Bada boom, bada boom. Okay. Ahmad and Mbumo back in the lineup. Punch. I like this one. I like it. Cunha benched. Go on the lads. Cunha is on the bench. And Sesko. I didn't actually notice him as well. Pep Roulette starts. Bruce Wayne agreed. Yeah, Sesko benched is crazy. Alien, glad you talked me into selling Cunha. Yeah, I mean, I did not expect that though. Yeah, fuck's sake. Nunez. Sesko also benched. Big shake ups at United. Already starting. Come on, the lads. In full flow. Where's the dice? Boom. Oh, lads. Fucking hell. Sesko bench because we want more bodies defending. Fair enough. Oh, my God. I can't believe Turkey is benched. Well, I can believe it because it's Pep and he's out to get my FPL team, obviously. Alien, can you please talk in pure Irish accent for a bit? I mean, I have an Irish accent, so I don't know what you mean. Do you mean like a Dublin accent? Like a McGregor accent? That's not me, unfortunately. I just have a bog standard Irish accent. Like, if you ask an Irish person what my accent is, they would probably just be like, I have a very neutral accent, to be fair, so you can't really tell where I'm from. It's because I only lived in Ireland for a bit. Like, I've moved around quite a lot in my life. Yeah, I grew up in Ireland until the age of 5, and then because of my dad's job, I travelled the world a lot. So I lived in Jamaica, America, Singapore, Bahamas. I lived in a lot of places, and I kept my Irish accent because my parents were they're Irish, both of them, and we always came back for summer and Christmas. So I suppose, yeah, I always kept my Irish accent. But this is the most neutral Irish accent you'll ever hear. Alex, Turkey hates United. Expected narrative was there. So fair, mate. So fair. Oh, who's not in the squad? Yeah, sorry, my bad. Nunez just isn't even in the squad, lads. I'd prefer if Turkey just wasn't in the squad, so he just doesn't come on, and then I get Alderete off the bench, but fucking is what it is. There's my my MacBook is falling asleep, so I've not plugged it in. But lads, there we go. There we have it. I mean, let's wait and see how it goes. We'll have to wait and see how it goes for the boys. Let's see what people think the lineups are. A 4 at the back. United have a 4 at the back. Come on. What the fuck? Nico O'Reilly also benched. What the fuck? Okay, wait. Let me go to my tweet because I've actually not even read it properly. I'm going to delete that. I'm going to say Nunez, O'Reilly also benched, and Nunez not even in the squad. And I'm going to do the head, not clown, head blown emoji. Pep Roulette in full flow. Boom. Boom, McLeod. Okay. Yeah, let's have a look. So, United finally have a 4 at the back. Come on, the lads. Luke Shaw, Martinez, Maguire is back in the squad, boys. Huge, huge plus. Diogo Dalot. Then a midfield 2 of Casemiro and Mainu. Dorgu, Ahmad, Bruno Fernandes, and Mbumo. So Cunha is like not even playing over Dorgu, which is absolutely crazy. But yeah, who knows? Who knows what's going on here? I'd love for Rashford to be back in this squad now. Get Rashford back in. Come on, the boys. You know, if we're playing a 4-2-3, that is, I like having Rashford in. I'll be honest. I know people have their opinions, but yeah, agreed, Jeevan. I really don't see where Cunha plays in that system. Why sign Amram just to complain about his system? He won't change, and then sack him after giving him players for his system. Oh my god, it is so true. Like, what the absolute fuck does that... Does that even... Like, we literally don't have any thought process going into this. There's no thought process. There's really no thought process. So yeah, who knows? The back team, you know, at Man United hasn't a clue. Are we going too defensive, Mystician? I don't know. You know, this could be quite attacking when you look at it. If you think, you know, maybe we need the defensiveness, but 4 at the back is what we've been calling out for. I think the players we have suits it better. Yeah. I think I like the fact that Mainu is starting. That is an immediate plus for Man United fans to see Mainu starting. I love it. In terms of the Man City lineup, Alien, Kusanov, Lewis and Ake, United can get after that defence. None of those lads have been regular starters this season. None of those lads. Not to say they're not good footballers and they, you know, don't know what they're doing. Obviously, Gigio Donnarumma is in nets behind them, so you have to get past him once you get past the Man City defence, which isn't easy, of course. But I feel like that City defence can be get at. Rodri in front of them is another issue to deal with. But yeah, the biggest issue is the fact that you have Haaland up top with Semenyo, Foden and Doku supplying all the chances for him. So it's going to be a tough day for Man United. My final prediction is still 3-1 to Man City. Unfortunately, I do think Man City take us in this game. I'm going to say 3-2. I think United score 2 goals against Man City with the look of this defence, but I'm hopeful that we could do something here and maybe we do grab a result, maybe a draw, hopefully a win. Let's see how it goes, but I'm never an optimistic Man United fan. You hear all these fans, they're like, oh, we'll beat City, yeah, no bother. I'm less optimistic about that. So yeah, I think 3-1 City. Sanjay Patel agrees with me there. Mystician, Dallo against Doku. We are so fucked. Yeah, we are fucked, lads. All right. I'm going to leave it there. But, yeah, let's see how Man United get on. I'm really excited for this match. I'm going to get some breakfast and, yeah, hopefully Man United can pull out a result here. But if not, hopefully Haaland does bits as he's my captain. Sanjay, you're hoping you lose just 3-2, lol. No, I'm not hoping that. I hope that we score some goals. I hope that Man United win, of course. But 3-2 would be a good result for... 3-2 loss would be a good result for Carrick, I think, to be honest. Just scoring a goal against Man City, but I'm not hopeful we do much. Yeah, hopefully we win. We'll see how it goes. Anything can happen in a Man United Manchester... In a Manchester derby. Anything can happen. I feel like form and previous results and all this narrative gets thrown out the window the second that whistle gets blown because, mate, anything can happen in a Manchester derby. So hopefully we can do bits and yeah, let's see how it goes. But I'm going to leave it there, lads. Carrick Masterclass incoming. Let's see how it goes for the boys. And yeah, hopefully everyone has a great weekend. I'm going to leave it there. So like the stream if you haven't already. Subscribe. We're still aiming for 10,000 subs. Hopefully we can make it there. But thanks again for joining the stream.